And welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to The View from Here, Behind Enemy Lines. Um, that's my co-host Mike over there with the stupid grin, the cartoonish grin. And I'm that's my co-host. I'm the host, Roy Pitta. And we're here to do our regularly scheduled podcast. We have no guests today, so we're just going to wing it as we often do.
Well, I am
Go ahead.
I am channeling Kabuki.
Kabuki theater. That's the Japanese theater. And oh yeah, the stupid masks they wear, right?
Yeah, I don't dislike Kabuki, but it is a beast. It's its own thing. I think the Chinese also are equally as powerful.
Method acting. Actually, Japanese actors are pretty good. I mean, hey, Kurosawa was one of the best directors ever.
Right. Yeah. Toshiro Mifune was amazing.
Toshiro Mifune is still a great actor, even at his age, which is close to our age, if not older.
Right. Well, he's also was a master of 6 sword schools. So when he did those sword techniques, those were all things that he knew how to do.
Okay.
Yeah,
He was
a master swordsman.
It was like Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren was actually the kickboxing champion of Europe.
Yeah, actually, of all things, Gary Cooper was known to be one of the greatest swordsmen in Hollywood.
Gary Cooper?
Gary Cooper.
Or are you talking about Tyrone Power?
Gary Cooper. I don't fucking stutter. Yeah, Basil Rathbone.
I don't recall any film that I've ever seen with Gary Cooper in it where he
but the thing is that doesn't mean he didn't know. I mean, he may have trained and he never got the movie.
That's true. Yeah. The only one I remember, you to be an actor in the 30s and 40s, you had to know how to do sword fighting because a lot of the things were medieval stories and so forth.
There was a lot of that.
Tyrone Power, who I mentioned, he played Zorro. Okay.
Well, the thing is that Errol Flynn was actually originally an adventurer in real life. He went out on expeditions and people died.
Oh, okay. By the way, besides Tyrone Power, who played Zorro in that same film, my favorite Sherlock Holmes, Basil Rathbone, he played the Sheriff of Nottingham, and he was an excellent sword fighter too.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. That's one of the reasons why that battle that takes place in Robin Hood is so good.
In Robin Hood, okay.
Yeah, at the end, the finale.
Robin Hood, that's the one. You know, in both Robin Hood and Zorro, and both times, I don't think you see. I don't recall. Do you see Rathbone actually getting stabbed by the sword, or was it shadows on the wall?
Well, in one of them, it was shadows on the wall. That was in Robin Hood. You actually, they battle each other and they kind of go off screen, and then all of a sudden you see the shadow.
Right. But
that's very dramatic.
I think in Zorro too. I don't remember if in Zorro Tyrone Power ran him through on screen or off screen like that too.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not as familiar with the. I vaguely remember seeing Zorro, but I remember nothing about it.
I haven't seen it in a long time. By the way, normally, you know how I write down notes as things occur to me. I scribble down notes,
and I curse at you for doing so.
And then I have trouble reading them when I'm doing it. Today, however, I had a little time, and I actually typed up my notes for today.
Right.
So this is just this is not a script or anything. We're still gonna how should we say it? Play it by ear. But these are notes about things I just want to bring up.
Well, here's an important note.
By the way, before we start, I have to tell you that when I was a child, I was molested by my next door neighbor. She was an older woman, about 40 years old or so, and I was only 10 years old.
Lucky bastard.
She tickled my balls, and I felt guilty ever since because I never properly thanked her. So
good. I knew it was going to turn into a joke.
I I just
because
wanted
we know that you haven't had it in the balls for years. But anyway, this
we
is
got to
being
set a ball
recorded
doing the show, especially these
on the
days.
17th, and today is actually the anniversary of the Constitution being signed in. So there's an event going on in Easton. I'm going to be going there, and at 4 o'clock, everybody who brings a bell will ring in the Constitution.
That was Easton was one of the, what was it, 4 cities or 4
Three.
towns that it was, or 3 that it was originally
Philadelphia, Trenton, and Easton.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I don't want to get onto the Charlie Kirk assassination because everybody's covering that, and they don't need us. However, I did hear something today that the assassin, Tyler Robinson's father, who actually turned him in or got him to turn himself in, he they asked him about the reward, and he said, "This man is really. I mean, he turned his own son in and everything." He said that he would rather see that reward go to Charlie Kirk's family, that $1 million that was offered. Okay, now that is an honorable man.
No, not necessarily. I mean, I'm not saying he isn't, but just be aware that the devil always looks good.
True. Which is what's been bothering me lately, by the way, about a gentleman who I really like, and I like what he's accomplished and so forth, but there's something about him that I don't trust.
Fuck you for bringing that shit up about me.
No, not you.
Oh, okay.
You're irrelevant. I'm talking about Elon Musk, because now he's talking about implanting chips in people and so on and so forth. And remember that the Bible mentions the mark of the beast, and the mark of the beast may or may not be a chip inside of everybody. But then again, there were rumors that the chips were being disseminated already with the COVID shots. So,
well, here's the thing. We knew the moment we heard his name, Elon Musk was a technologist. To expect him to be anything else is to not expect him to be Elon. So you may not particularly like his pro thing. I mean, he's also talking about putting chips in so this way blind people can see.
In what?
Putting chips into people so this way blind people can see.
Yeah. Well, that would be a great thing.
So that suits you. So the thing is, can you really cherry pick his technology? I mean, if he's making a blind man see, and if he thinks that there's
making a blind man see, a deaf man hear, and so forth, that's one thing. But chipping everyone so that everyone becomes a cyborg. Do you remember? I think it was in Star Trek. They had that one race that was all connected by its mind, and 7 of 9 was from that race. I can't remember.
Wasn't Star Wars. That was Star Trek.
I'm sorry, Star Trek. Star Trek. The Borg. So we would essentially become the Borg, which
you make that sound like a bad thing.
A hive mind, a collective mind.
So we'd all vote Democrat.
That's the worst part.
Okay. So the thing is that there
wouldn't be any voting. It would just be, okay, well, select this guy. It's this guy's turn or that woman's turn to be a dictator.
I hate to break the news to you, but you're already assimilated. Everybody that has a cell phone is traced, is listened to, and is influenced. So the thing is that if you really don't want that, I suggest you throw your phone away.
Yeah.
Or don't carry it with you. So this way, every step of the way that you take is registered. I mean, that's how they discovered what happened in Wuhan lab.
I never connected my health app on Apple, and I can't delete it. They won't let you delete it because I don't want them having access to my heart rate, I do have an activity app for when I used to for when I would walk to see how many steps I took. I used that while I was still working at Amazon a few years ago. But
in my opinion, generally, the less of a digital footprint that you have, the better off you are.
better, exactly. So yeah, even though I like that app because it tells me how far I've gone and so forth, I don't like the fact that that's being stored somewhere. Okay, I may be paranoid about it, but you're not paranoid if they're really after you.
Privacy is an illusion; it's not a condition.
These days, yes.
Now, if you really want privacy, you probably have to run off into the woods
Without your cell phone
without
or your
your,
iPad,
unless
or
of course
anything.
your cell phone is in a Faraday box.
Faraday bag.
So,
By the
but
way, I have a Faraday bag. Haven't really used. I got to start using that at night though. Put it in the thing so I don't get any. But then again, I wouldn't hear my alarms go off. Probably, I got to try that. See if the alarms may sound through the bag. I don't think
the Faraday bag is going to stop transmission and receiving. It won't stop audio.
it won't stop inner workings.
Right. It's not
Okay.
shutting down the phone. It's just
All right.
denying it access.
Okay. Cool.
And the thing is, you want to test it, and during your waking hours, put it in the Faraday box and set it off at 8 o'clock. And if it doesn't go off at 8 o'clock, then my suggestion to you is
if it'll go off in 5 minutes. That's not a problem.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So anyway,
we're going to see.
I wanted to test our audio to see if the audio is going to pick up the harmonica here. It did not pick up his flute playing last week.
Right. No, I'm going to ask you to be quiet, make no noise, because I have a feeling that the sound that you have, that your input dominates mine. So if there's any sound coming from you, I think that's what does it.
Of course, I dominate you. I mean, I'm the top. You're the bottom.
Yeah. And I still don't come. So anyway, here we go. Just a little me showing off.
All right. We don't know if this is going to come out or not. We won't know until after I process the recording and see if it comes out or not. And
if it doesn't come out, then I'll put a sample of the harmonica on in stuff like I did with the flute.
I hope it comes out because it was a nice little tune there. It was cool.
Well, it's that railroad sound, the train. I have
Henry.
I have a more than one harmonica. I have a complete set here of harmonicas, and I had the one opportunity I actually got to play in public at an event, which was a lot of fun. And I'm going to annoy the public some more with this.
What is that? Oh, looks like a whiskey flask that you blow into.
Close. It's a didgeridoo that is portable.
Wait a minute. The didgeridoos I've seen are like 12, 15 feet long.
As I said, it's a didgeridoo that is portable. It actually, the channel runs up and around, so it physically thinks that it's going through a long tube, but it really isn't.
Okay, so basically that's a midget didgeridoo.
No, it's called portable.
A dwarf didgeridoo.
Let's see if this records. Wait a second, let me go on. And that is the portable did.
Music in Australia, or is it a signal that the Aborigines used to use?
It is actually for healing, and it's a spiritual instrument.
It sounded at first like you were farting.
Well, you know what? That's because you have no taste. But anyway, the thing is that with the Native Americans, one of the most popular and not the only musical instrument they used was a drum. Potential scam. Yay, potential spam. Go kiss my ass. So anyway, but the Aboriginal people used didgeridoo because they would point the didgeridoo towards an injured section, and the vibrations would lead to healing.
That's sort of like they have those forks, tuning forks, that they say at a certain, I think, 28 decibels or whatever, it's supposed to be able to heal you in certain areas.
Which is in the same philosophy as acupuncture, because you do not have to have acupuncture in order for you to receive the same type of healing. There's a thing called acupressure, where a person uses their thumbs to hit the same spots, but they're not penetrating it with a needle.
Thumbs or fingers, I imagine, no? It has to be the thumb
is a finger.
No, thumbs or the other fingers, not just the thumb.
The thumb is the primary.
Are you all thumbs?
But the thumb is the primary. And I actually knew somebody who was an acupressurist. His name was Alex Coupe. Hopefully he's still alive. I haven't seen him in many years.
Okay. Now, the only acupressurists I knew growing up in Newark were the enforcers for the loan sharks. That's it. So
I see. Anyway. That was an attempt at humor.
That was. Okay. Hey, I want to get to something that really annoyed me. Remember last week how the Democrats showed how classless and stupid and annoying they were with questioning RFK Jr. rather. Well, This week they've been questioning Kash Patel. But Kash Patel, I love the way he treated Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is already Schiff is saying that, and Kash Patel is talking over him, telling him to his face. He called him the biggest fraud in Congress. Okay, he called him a liar. He called him a disgrace to the country and to Congress, and he called him a coward. All the while, Schiff is da. But all you heard was Patel putting him down properly. Okay, and then that bitch Hirono, that senator from Hawaii, that stupid one-legged cunt. She attacked Patel because he's requiring pull-ups for female FBI agents. In other words, he's making them have to pass a test where they can do at least one pull-up. I don't know how many altogether. She's saying it's sexist. However, I go to the gym regularly. I have seen women doing pull-ups that I can't do. Okay? I've seen women doing pull-ups most guys in the gym can't do.
Well, here's the thing. There's going to be some things that women are better at, such as they usually have better sense of color. They have, women do have advantages in certain sensories. And so the thing is that, you work with your strengths. Now, the thing is, if you're an agent and you're trying to chase somebody, you can't pull yourself over a freaking fence in order to chase them. You're fucking useless.
Exactly.
It's like that bitch in Los Angeles that said, "Well, if the guy is in an area I can't pull him out of because it's too dangerous. He shouldn't have been there in the first place."
Yeah. She's lucky she can even walk herself. She's so heavy. Anyway, this is the first time probably in her life that Hirono had to admit that there are differences between men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the one good thing.
I should hope so. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to have offspring.
Oh, yeah, because men, you tell them they're going to go through this with kids. They might have the first one. After that, you ain't gonna have no siblings, boy.
Well, that's one of the reasons why a number of these leftist women are so unhappy. Is because they can't fulfill themselves by having children, because guess what? They either made themselves thoroughly unattractive, or they're so caustic when it comes to men that that's it. The thing is that, if you're going to engage in fruitless sex, then you're going to get no fruit.
Yeah, but you know what makes me laugh? every single one of those women with the blue hair and the piercings and the bug eyes and everything, who are saying, "Oh, we're not going to have sex with anyone, any men, this and that." No men
Thank
want
you.
to have sex with you anyway. You're very
Thank you.
unattractive. Only
It's
really horny men who can't get a regular date are going to want to have sex with you. And
let's
those
get
are the
real.
ones. Oh, those are the effeminate cunts who are the males of the Democrat Party these days.
If I had a nickel for every woman that was twice the size that she should have been walking with a baby, I'd be a millionaire by now. It's amazing how unattractive women get pregnant. So the thing is that if they first of all, if they're saying that, then the only people that they're shutting out are the very people that they would be on the same side of the fence with.
Well, some of them say that they won't have any sex with conservative men. Conservative men don't want to have sex with them anyway.
Conservative women are by far sexier than any of the leftists.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you give me a farm girl over a lot of these city girls any day. They don't have the fucking wild-eyed eyes and stuff.
Well, first of all, they don't have 4 pounds of metal running through their face. Yeah, they don't have an army of tattoos. I don't mind a tattoo here. I particularly like on the small of the back when you see a tattoo that says "Take any entrance." That definitely will turn me on. But the point is that there's a generational thing about excessive tattoos, where you have tattoos all on both arms, all everywhere. In other words, any place where there's a blank space, you have a tattoo. First of all, that's extremely expensive. Second of all, none of the tattoos themselves become distinctive. It's just a collage. And so the thing is, I have one tattoo. There it is. Boom. That's my tattoo. That is a coyote bang. And so the thing is that done in a Hopi style. And so the thing is that is my one tattoo. I did want to get more tattoos, but first of all, I didn't want to spend the money because they're freaking expensive. Two, it wasn't as important as this one to me. This one means a lot. It reminds me of living in Nevada for 2.5 years. It reminds me of my Native American roots. A couple of things.
Okay.
So it has a lot of meaning for me. And I didn't get it until I was 36. So I didn't get it as a kid.
Okay, let's get back to the Senate. Did you hear what Senator Grassley has uncovered? That the FBI under Biden was doing?
Go for it.
There was the FBI had a project, Arctic Frost. That project had 92 Republican targets. So they were using lawfare in an attempt to destroy the GOP. Right? They were investigating 92 Republican targets, people, organizations, whatever, and they were deliberately going after them to discredit them, to make their lives miserable, to imprison them. And now it's come out. It's public knowledge. Talking about
the FBI is hiring back all of the whistleblowers that were pointing out that there was improper behavior in the FBI during the Biden administration. They're all coming back. They're getting their back pay, and some of the stories are just. I mean, these are. Every single one of these stories is worth a movie. They're that extreme, and so there were a number of FBI agents that would not bow, would not take a knee. And those were the people that you should hold on to the most. Yeah. Those are the people Biden got rid of first.
Yeah, of course. Okay, let's get back on to, I have to get back to the assassination only because of the lies that are coming out. Jimmy Kimmel, who is a disgusting piece of crap. He is really disgusting. If I ever saw him in person, I would tell him, "You're a disgusting piece of shit." That's what I would tell him to his face. He is lying on his show, telling millions, and millions believe him, that the assassin was MAGA because his father was conservative, his family was conservative. But You know
He's
that a
not the
lot
only
of
one
times
saying that.
you'll have a conservative family and then you get liberal kids, or vice versa. You'll have a liberal family and the kids, especially Gen Z, are going conservative. Okay,
It's not completely false because of the fact that when he was very young, I believe he was a Republican. Then he got indoctrinated and changed over. So there was a short period of time of his political life that he was actually a Republican, a conservative. But something happened. He was indoctrinated, and he did the switch. Probably why he had a trans lover.
well, his trans lover is transitioning, so he's still a guy, and this is his roommate. This is his lover. Okay,
Yes.
and the media
Wait,
tried
excuse
to
me.
hide that. The media was
What is he
trying to hide
transitioning to?
to
What
a
is he
woman,
transitioning to? No,
supposedly
that's
to a
not
woman.
possible. You can't transition. So what is he transitioning
I
to?
said supposedly.
A eunuch. That's right. He's
There you go,
transitioning
eunuch.
to a eunuch. There you
Exactly,
go.
exactly.
Very good.
Which I'm sure that if they'd succeeded, and if this assassination hadn't gone on, and he succeeded, and he wound up with this person, this
Now
eunuch,
I now I understand why the
he might have
Muslim
been sucking
coalition.
on that eunuch's extended clitoris.
Right. Now I know
Oh,
why the Muslims are the radical Muslims are uh, using the trans people, because they've always been a big fan of eunuchs when it comes to having them in their
oh, yeah.
in their harems.
I saw, and in Afghanistan, it's common for them to have little boys dancing and so forth, like belly dancers and stuff, in a group of men, and then they rape these kids. All right, you have young kids, preteens and stuff. They're dancing for the pleasure of the men, and these men then it's disgusting. That whole country should be turned into a parking lot just for that.
Kiss it up to God. Actually, what can you say about an entire race of people that likes their women in burqas because they want them to look like Vorlons from Battlestar Galactica, the first series?
Well, they say that any skin would trigger them, and they would want to rape. They rape them anyway. Doesn't matter. They're fucking rapists.
That's
That whole culture
very
should be
perverted religion.
destroyed. That entire culture has to be destroyed. Okay? It is inhuman. It is misogynistic. It is pedophilia disguised as a religion. Okay?
Right. But understand, this is the radicalized expression of the Muslim faith.
Yes,
There are,
but 10% of them is still 150 million people.
that's not the point. The point is that I do happen to have two friends that are Muslims. I know nothing wrong about them. That is, that we would talk about, and I have witnessed good behavior from Muslim people. So the point is that these are the radicals. These are the equivalent of the KKK of the Christian faith.
I'm talking about the ones who refuse to assimilate, who want to
Okay,
turn
I,
this
I
country
understand that, but we have to be
into a
clear.
Sharia law country. Okay?
We have to be clear with our listeners that we do know there is a difference.
Yes, there is. There is.
There's a difference between the sick, twisted, perverted,
Inbred,
Korea boy,
inbred retards.
yeah, shit bread, yeah. But anyway, versus normal everyday folk.
Yeah, but even those, I mean, the problem is too many of them will agree that to advance Islam, violence is okay.
Well, then they're my enemy and
Even
they're
if
your
they're
enemy,
not
and that's all there
violent
is to it.
themselves, they go along with it. It could be out of fear. I don't know. Because in that religion, if you don't agree, you're called an
The
apostate,
reason
you and your whole family.
the reason why this country is in so much trouble is because we made a habit of going along with it. We made a habit of going along with it for various reasons. We didn't want to insult anybody. We weren't sure what we were doing. We were
Yeah, look
scared,
what happened
whatever
in
the
Europe
freaking reason.
because they don't want to be called racist. So look what they've done to themselves in
Right.
Europe.
But the point is that a lot of good people do bad things for good reasons. So we're not talking about them. We're not talking about the people that are misdirected. We're talking about the people that are fully indoctrinated and are basically at the spearhead of a perverted expression.
Yeah. Here's another liar. Your Governor Josh Shapiro,
Yeah,
he's
firebomb
lying
boy.
about that arsonist that tried to burn his house being MAGA. That guy is openly known as a free Palestine leftist.
Yes.
He's not MAGA in no way, shape, or form. But of course, Shapiro's taking the Democrat line and he's lying. He's spreading
You know why, don't you? You know why he's lying? He's a Jew.
No, not because he's a Jew. It's because he's oh yeah, well that's why the Palestinian guy, the Free Palestinian guy, attacked him because he's Jewish.
The reason why he wasn't allowed to run as vice president was because he was Jewish.
Yes.
And he's still kissing the Democrat Party's ass.
Yes, exactly.
So he's a whipping boy. He was Governor Wolf's stooge, and now basically he's still the whipping boy.
Did you see that Fetterman was made some tribute to about Charlie Kirk? Fetterman,
Absolutely.
To me, I think Fetterman might be the only blue dog Democrat remaining in that party.
Well, in truth, if you are a true patriot, you are not party centric, and I don't think he's party centric.
Yeah, well,
I think he's not a moderate. He's whatever his conscience follows.
Yes, thank God. We have to thank that stroke. It seemed to do something good for him.
Yeah, it killed
he got smart enough to leave his crazy wife, his crazy Karen wife.
Well, you know, we don't know because if blood wasn't going to his brain like it was supposed to, you know, but whatever came out of it, it has shocked the world. Fetterman is a phenomena. As a matter of fact, we can call it the Fetterman phenomena. Somebody like look what the RFK did. He had the balls to leave the Democratic Party, which he was royalty in, and
his whole family, and his family turned against him.
Right, and he went ahead, and what did he do? He stood for the right thing. Yeah. And you know what he's doing? He's exposing stuff, and he's getting beatings for it.
You know, his wife is an actress. His wife was the lady who played, Larry Davis's wife on what the hell's the show Larry David did? What was the show
Seinfeld.
He did? Who? Not after Seinfeld. The one he starred in.
A Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. She's the wife. Apparently, ever since RFK Jr. went MAGA and MAHA, Hollywood has turned its back on her. They've been vicious with her too, but she's standing by her man. Thank God. Anyway, okay. One more thing about that. Okay, the left is lying about the right being more violent than the left, which is bullshit. And here some of the things you could point out to prove that they're not. 39 people were arrested after the post-election riots when Trump was elected, but they don't count that as political violence because they were let free. A Trump supporter, I saw the video today. Trump supporter was shot on video. You can hear them in Portland. Some guy saying, "Hey, we got a Trumper here," and then there were 2 or 3 shots, and they killed the guy in cold blood. No reason except that he was a Trump supporter.
That's all the reason they need.
Political violence by the left or the goddamn lying media. All these riots and all the arson and the looting that the left did that we saw on TV every day. Oh, it's just people expressing their displeasure or whatever, or having fun.
Well, as far as the left is concerned, killing somebody to call the political arena and suit themselves is acceptable. It's like the noble lie. You know, it's murder if it happens to their side, but it's political activism if it's
it's similar to Muslims saying, yeah, it's okay to kill a non-believer if he does this or that or whatever,
or beat your wife to death for whatever reason.
Yeah. Okay, attacks on Tesla cars in the dealerships, they don't count that as political attacks. Attacks on Trump supporters by groups of leftists. I've seen it where a Trump supporter is coming by or says something or doesn't say anything, just go, and this crowd of leftists just attacks him for no reason. They throw stuff at them. They knock them down. They beat on. Always in a group. They're like bananas, yellow and
Yes.
in a bunch. Okay.
Well, that's because, like I said before, a conservative will stand alone, but the left always needs a crowd.
Yeah. And Stephen Crowder has called for defensive retaliation. He's correct because he's saying that until the left realizes that if they attack us, they are in real danger of getting hurt or killed, they're going to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, they have carte blanche right now.
Yeah. I mean, so Crowder's saying everyone who can carry should carry.
And use it.
Defend yourself. I will defend my family. I will defend my friends. I will defend a stranger if I see them being attacked by some criminal. I will definitely defend myself. Okay, against whoever.
Well, the thing is that if you feel threatened, if you feel that your life is threatened, or an innocent's life is threatened, regardless of who they are, and you choose to be the sheepdog and protect, then do so and hang the consequences. But at the very least, please, for the love of God, get yourself Texas Law Shield. So this way you have somebody immediately in your corner to look out for you. That's the one I've kept.
Oh, we have a God-given right to defend ourselves and our families, even our property. Okay, although in New Jersey, I cannot, if I'm a carry holder and somebody's robbing my car, legally I can't shoot him for robbing the car. Only if he tries to run me over with the car, then I can shoot him. Okay? Or if he attacks me with a tire iron or with a gun or with a knife, or he comes at me and says he's going to kill me, then I have the legal right to defend myself.
Okay, so that you know what that means, don't you? You should always carry with you a tire iron that's wrapped in plastic.
Bubble wrap.
So bubble wrap. So this way, if you need it, you just put it in their hand. Bada boom, bada bing. Hey, where'd that come from? No, that's not even my model car. I have a Toyota. Look at the size of those things. Where did this guy get it from?
Anyway, Canada just the other day, they in I forget what province, they made it illegal for you to defend your home against an invader. If somebody breaks into your house, you are supposed to retreat and let them do whatever they want to do.
Well, first of all,
because you will go to jail if you defend yourself or your family. Canada has gone fucking crazy.
Well, here's the thing.
All those Canadian leaders should be hanged in public. Okay? Yeah, I said it. I'm never going to fucking visit Canada again because of what I'm saying, because they'll put me behind bars for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but the thing is that
Canada's leaders. Fuck Canada's leaders. And fuck the Canadian people for not speaking up and fighting back. Okay?
Yet. So
stop this shit.
There's different types of law, okay? And there is the stuff that we're talking about right now, which is legislative. Then there's the law that is associated with kings and queens and ascension and so forth like that. There's canon law, etc., etc. There's also natural law. Quite simply, you do not need permission to defend yourself for whatever reason you feel is appropriate.
This is why these people have to revolt and say, no, this is wrong. Vote these people out of office. I would rather see them hang, but vote them out of office.
It's real simple. If you have to defend yourself, just tell them that he was a Trump supporter and there's nothing you could do about it. And you walk scot-free. But the thing is that in a situation like that, you don't have time to weigh and measure the law. You just have to go ahead and react and do what you need to do. Now, human life is valuable. So the thing is, I will say that that if somebody's imposing upon your personal property, you're going to have to weigh and measure how meaningful that is. But if somebody enters into my house, I already know that they have they have ill will towards me. Okay? So I have to presume the worst. I don't know why they're breaking in. All I know is they have no respect for my.
If they broke in, you don't know if the next thing they break is going to be your skull.
Exactly. So what I will do is I will teach them how to tap dance. I will shoot at their feet, and and eventually I will hit their toesies, and they will fall, and then I will call up whomever and have them take them away, and the police will take me away, and that's the way it goes.
Well,
So, but the thing is,
In Canada, these leaders, the purpose of this is to create chaos and create fear, so that the people will beg the government to take care of them and they'll do whatever they want the government wants them to do, as long as they're protected. And that is, as Ben Franklin once said, those who desire, what is it? Those who desire
security at the price of liberty.
freedom deserve neither. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's a new gun out for those people that are in these iffy states.
The Burner?
No. It is the Charter Arms 22 double action only revolver. It has 8 rounds. It shoots 22 long rifle. They also make it in a 22.
Explain double action for people who don't know what that is.
What?
Explain what double action is for the people who don't know that.
A double action means that on your trigger pull, it fully cocks the hammer and releases it in one action. So it actually performs 2 actions at once. It sets the hammer and releases it. So single action would be you thumb cock it, and then you would release it. To release that the second action you're applying is the release. So the point is, if you have a double action only, one of the problems that happens in courts of law is with a double action, single action gun, the opposing party will say that you didn't just react, you cocked the gun, which is a prepared attack. Whereas if you have a double action only, they can't say that. That's one of the reasons why I have a double action only 1911.
And if you carry a revolver like that, the best thing is to leave the hammer down on an empty cylinder, so that you don't accidentally fire a round off.
It depends upon the design. That's more of an issue for the older guns. The modern guns usually have transfer bars, which will not apply the hit until the gun is fully cocked. But the thing is that you can also get that style of gun, I believe, in a 22 Magnum, which is far more powerful. And again, it's 8 rounds. Now, if you feel uncomfortable walking around with a loaded cylinder, then yeah, you could take Roy's advice. That's the old cowboy school. You never carry with a loaded cylinder where the hammer can strike. And and the thing is, safeties can break. Safeties
there are no safeties on revolvers. That's why.
Well, actually, there's a number of safeties. They're just not manual safeties. So the thing is that what you do is, if you have one of these guns, number one, if you're shooting a 22 long rifle, and if it's a double action only, chances are you're not going to kill the person outright. So that's a good and a bad thing. So it means that there's a better chance that he might actually survive. And if he doesn't die, then that's a good thing, because you have less legal fees.
If you have a 250-pound brute and you hit him with a 22, hopefully it'll stop him, scare him off, but you might just get him angrier too.
Well, I sincerely doubt that, because here's the thing: we're talking about 8 rounds, and it's 22 caliber, which I forget what size that is. I think
if you aim properly, you aim at the eyes, you're going to hurt him.
Well, here's the beautiful thing: with 22 long rifle, you can take it out to the range and shoot it a lot without breaking the bank. So you're going to get more training. You can, the thing is that it's easily concealed. It's light. I believe it's a 14-ounce gun because the air light. It has almost no recoil. It's got good sights, and if you can get it in a 22 Magnum, then it's a more meaningful round. Some people actually compare the 22 Magnum to a 380, which I think is excessive, but they have their arguments. And the point is that 22 Magnum, I have carried a 22 Magnum revolver for protection, and I don't feel undergunned because I have a lot of respect for that round. Would I also have respect for a 22 long rifle? Yes, I would. Would I prefer the 22 mag? Yes, I would. But that's the way it goes. So the point is that Charter Arms just came out with this new gun, and we were talking about self-defense and some of the legal problems. If you don't have to get that gun. Get a 38, get that with double action only. You have the same legal protection, so to speak. A double action only gun, you can always say, I felt threatened. I had no choice. I pulled the trigger. I had no time to do otherwise.
And it's not a normally lethal round, so you're not trying to kill somebody.
I mean, well, yes, but I'm also talking.
You have maybe a 357 Magnum. Charter
Arms. 38 is lethal.
Oh, 38. No, I'm talking about the 22.
Yeah, the 22. The 22, actually, the 22 is responsible for more human deaths than any other.
It used to be the mob's weapon of choice years ago.
Well, the thing is that
quiet, you fire it in here, and they wouldn't hear it across the parking lot.
Well, if you have a 22 and you just unload everything, you can unload it fast, real fast. Mm-hmm. You're not going to lose your sight picture. I mean.
And then you use the gun as a hammer if you have to.
The thing is, there's a lot of big guys out there, but none of them want 8 rounds of 22 in them.
Yeah, nobody does. MSNBC had this one. They're all assholes. MSNBC, every single one of them are assholes.
They can't all be assholes.
They are all assholes.
Okay.
One guy, Dowd, last week. He claimed that the shot that was fired that killed Charlie Kirk may have been from a Charlie Kirk MAGA supporter, and that's who killed him.
Yeah, we've said that already.
MSNBC fired his ass. Okay, now a lot of people are getting fired for gleeful coming online and celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, right? And so they're losing their jobs. So today I saw a little ad. And it showed the 2 Venezuelan speedboats that have been destroyed, because one was destroyed again today. And it said, "Look, if you're losing your job, we got you covered. Venezuelan boats are hiring crews. We need people right now. So anybody is accepted."
Yeah, it reminds me of the Babylon Bee thing that we have for Iran, saying business is booming here. We need nuclear physicists to come in. Big money, it's just very funny. But the thing is that one of the things that I suggested today that we do is talk about some of the inner workings of this podcast.
We'll get that to that in a moment. I got a couple more things I want to cover.
That was a moment
to do with media. Okay,
it was a moment right there.
Anyway, Crowder was contacted by a whistleblower who revealed that the assassin was gay and living with a transitioning male, and that he had was part of the LGBTQ community and so forth. That whistleblower came forward because, one, he knew that Crowder's people would protect his identity. Secondly, he feared that would not be reported, that they would try to hide that. And they did try and hide that. Okay? They did try.
I need a clarification. When you say that the shooter was gay, was he homosexual or was he happy and carefree?
Well, I'd say homosexual because he was. He didn't look happy or carefree.
I'm getting tired of using the term gay.
Yeah, I know. They've hijacked another good word.
Yeah.
Okay. The Democrats, by the way, the Democrats have no platform. They have no policies. All they do is rely on anti-Trump rhetoric and TDS. That's all. That's their whole platform these days. They have no logical, good programs. Mondani in New York is pushing a Marxist program, but That's not really a Democrat, an openly Democrat thing. Even the Democrats who run the DNC are not stupid enough to openly support that. But they're hoping that this guy will succeed, which he will not. And then they can come clean. The media no longer reports news. They pick and choose what they want to tell people. Examples are Iryna Zarutska, right? They didn't want to show that. It took over a week or 2 weeks before we saw that video of her being stabbed by that black maniac on the train. The Nashville shooter last year. They didn't want to reveal the manifesto. They didn't want to reveal that she was trans. Okay, they didn't want to do that, so they hid it as much as they can. And again, it was Crowder who got hold of the manifesto and published it. That brought everything to light.
First of all these trans people are all suffering from gender dysphoria, so are already mentally ill. And so it doesn't take much more to push them into an extreme situation. Since they're all males, of course they have that.
Yes, but that's not my point. My point right now is that the media is trying to hide them, trying to protect them. Okay? They don't want a backlash against these people, even though the media is happy to say that there's a trans genocide going on. What they neglect to say is that the genocide is by the trans people, okay? Not against them.
Well, there is no genocide going on.
I have yet to hear about one trans person that was attacked because they were trans and killed.
There is no genocide.
No, there's no genocide. Oh, except by the trans. I'm sorry, I stand by that.
No, that's not genocide either. That's just insanity and murder.
Which results in genocide.
It can be, but not in this case.
Of Christian children, in fact.
That's one particular
group that they're trying to genocide. Okay.
The anybody who is of faith.
Another thing that the media here has been hiding for about 3 years now, they're trying not to cover it, is the protests by farmers and ranchers in Europe who are protesting the fact that the governments over there, the EU is killing off crops, killing off livestock and so forth, and making it more expensive for farmers to farm, basically, trying to destroy the farming over there. But the media here doesn't cover it at all. And they even tried to cover up a couple of weeks ago. There was a woman who was walking her dog in the park, and she was attacked and killed by some illegals. The media never covered that. All right, they also tried not to cover the fact, which the whistleblower brought to light, Crowder's whistleblower, that there were engravings on the thing, and in fact, in his discussions on Discourse, I think, the killer, the assassin, wrote to his lover something about the engravings I put on my.
Yeah, catch this, fascist.
Yeah. Okay, and finally, the one thing.
Let's not forget that I believe that the shooter that killed the children that were praying, I believe his stuff was engraved as well.
Which one? Oh, you mean Nashville?
Where the children were murdered.
Oh, not too long ago, just recently. Yeah, just recently.
Yeah, the thing is that the murders are happening at such a rate; it's kind of hard to keep up with them.
Right. And finally, Al-Qaeda, and this is what you won't hear from the media. Al-Qaeda recently called for the assassinations of Trump, Vance, Hegseth, and Rubio. The media is silent about this because they would love to see that. I mean, CNN never covered a Trump rally until Butler, Pennsylvania. They were there because they wanted us to see what we saw when Charlie Kirk was killed. They wanted us to see his head blown off.
The fact that Hamas wants our leadership dead should not come as a surprise. Al-Qaeda, whatever. You know, they because we're little Satan or we're big Satan. I forget which one. Which Satan are we? Big Satan or little Satan? I thought Israel was big Satan.
We're the big Satan. Israel.
Oh, we're the big Satan. Yeah. It's nice to be big. I like being big. Don't you?
Anyway, okay, Mike.
At least we're not following Sharia law.
Yes. Anyway, Mike had an idea today before we started the podcast. He called me about it this morning, And the idea did not die of loneliness, because lately he's had quite a few ideas, which are mostly good. And he has, what are you doing? It's
I'm
still not
adjusting.
straight. Oh, now it's straight, but your shirt's crooked.
There's nothing I can do about that. That's the way his shirt is falling.
Okay, doesn't matter.
I'm also sitting at an angle. There.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Mike wanted us to give a little insight as to how we do the podcast. And for those of you who may want to do your own podcast, it's not as difficult as you would think. It's not easy to succeed. I mean, we've not done what we could or maybe should and still might to promote the podcast to a point where we make money off it, like a lot of podcasters do. But I started out basically just taping myself walking through the park during COVID and doing what I called my rants, and I would put them on YouTube. Some of them are still available there; others have disappeared. And I wish I had the originals. They may be on a flash drive somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, when Mike and I started talking about 3 years ago, I thought our conversations were pretty interesting, so I started recording them. And eventually this led to our doing recordings to put on Apple Podcasts. And then I discovered Riverside, which is, well, actually, I went to Spotify and started doing it on Spotify. And Spotify wound up getting a deal with Riverside Studios, which gives you the tools you need to record these things. Mike is in Pennsylvania. I'm in New Jersey. We've spoken to people across the country. In fact, next week we have an interview with a California politician, a former Democrat assemblyman. Next Thursday he'll be our guest, or next Wednesday rather. And he's going to be talking to us in our studio here, but from California. And so if you go to Riverside and download the Riverside app for creators, you'll be able to do this. You can go to Spotify, but no, not Spotify.
You can go to YouTube. You can record stuff on YouTube. I have stuff that I recorded
you
on
can
YouTube.
record using your cell phone and then put it on YouTube. Okay, if YouTube's your only thing.
But YouTube, you can record stuff directly into YouTube. You do it from your computer or whatever. Having content is not the issue. Podcast is more than just content.
Yeah, and even with Riverside, we have the option. If I want to, I could hit record and transmit live. We could be broadcasting this live. We don't do it because we're not taking phone calls or anything. There's no need, and we just do the recording, and then I process it and put it out there.
There is no we.
There
is no we here because of the fact that Roy is the one who is doing the technical side of this in regards to recording and so forth like that and putting it up. I don't make those decisions.
Also, the other reason I like to record it is after it's processed, after it's exported into an MP4, I post it on Rumble, which is my favorite platform. I post it on YouTube. I post it on X, and I post it on Spotify, of course. And it's in Spotify. I've got a thing where it automatically, once I post it to Spotify, it automatically posts an audio version rather, to Apple Podcasts. And occasionally I will put it on other social media platforms. I will post the links on Facebook. I will post the links on Gab. I will post the links on Parler, which is back, by the way. I will post the links on X, on MeWe, on Truth Social. All those social media things. I'll put links there to the show. And we have our own website, which Mike is the genius behind that, if you can ever call him a genius. But it's as close as he's going to get to being a genius. No, but it was a really good idea, what he did. He created a website for us without my asking, without my knowing it. He surprised me one day with it. And it's a nice little website. And it's got all our links to all our shows. And there's a special section links to all the guests we've had, starting with last October when we spoke to Jamie
Jamie.
Miller, political
Well,
strategist.
that's something I would like you to bring up as well. That initial connection with Jamie Miller, that was our first true interview with an individual that was actually what I would call notable.
Yeah, we've had a couple of well, we've had a couple of interviews with people that Mike knows. We've had Nick Marcario; he's been on 3 times actually, and we had Scott. But unfortunately, Scott, when we did Scott, we were still kind of novices at this, and Mike and I kind of talked more than we let Scott talk.
That was
We tried
Matt.
to get Scott back and let him have
Matt.
him.
Matt.
I'm sorry, Matt. Geez, I'm confusing it with Scott. The other Scott, we've also asked to come on the show, but he hasn't said anything.
I don't know Scott, by the way, but okay.
Matt will never want to come on now once he hears this. I'm sorry, Matt. I apologize.
Yeah, just so this way people know what website I'm using Squarespace. If you have any
website
experience interacting with websites and so forth like that, it's fairly easy to use once you find their way of doing things. And it's a learning experience. Like just the other day, I realized, oh my God, I can use these images as buttons in and of themselves, because I was putting up pictures of stuff, and I said, okay, because I first made the website for my game company, which is Friendly Fire Games, and you can find links to that on our website. Our The View from Here Behind Enemy Lines website is a link to my game company because I'm self-serving. And so once I realized that building the website was doable with Squarespace software, then I went ahead and I made it for us, Roy and I, and it's it's pretty cool. I'm happy. It gives us some sort of professionalism to have a website, and when people see that, they actually interested, and also it helps people navigate instead of trying to explain where Jamie's interview is. Just go to the website; it's right there. Hunt it down yourself.
Yeah,
So that's pretty nice.
You know, all the links are there. The first 4 links you'll see are to YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, Apple. Is it?
Yes, all of our platforms.
Yeah, all the platforms where we automatically publish, no matter what.
You'll find that most of the links that I have set up are in YouTube because all the other platforms don't play well with me. So I have to go to YouTube, hunt it down, and actually put it up, because
unfortunately YouTube has also been known to censor conservatives. They'll play with the algorithm so people can't find us and so forth. That's why I prefer Rumble. And I'm trying to expand our viewership on all the platforms.
Well, that's a problem only for people on YouTube itself searching for us.
Yeah.
We eliminate that problem by you going to our site, and it's going to take it directly to you. So whatever shitty things YouTube is doing, it can't interfere with me because I'm giving a direct link.
Yeah, and it will take you to the most recent show that was put up.
And often related links, like Carol Lieberman. We have a number of links for her. That's
what I was going to say. What we do is when we have our guests, we'll put not only a link to their interview, but we will put links to their website, to their books, if they have any books, and any other platforms that are relevant to them.
Not all our guests.
We're promoting our guests. We don't charge them or anything. We're just promoting them. It's our way of saying thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, they're doing us a service. Some of these people, some of the people we've interviewed are amazing, and they're in today's news. Pastor Jackson Laymeyer, right? He just wrote an article for Time, the New York Times, on Charlie Kirk, and we had the honor of interviewing this man. So he's in the news. Then you have Adam Schultz, who
Swart. Adam Swart.
Swart, Adam Swart, who
Swart.
actually
No CH. Swart.
Swart. I said that.
Michael is
Adam
dyslexic.
Swart.
So please
Anyway,
excuse.
Adam Swart, he went ahead and we interviewed him, and then he blew the whistle on these fake protesters, which he doesn't supply.
He turned down a multi-million-dollar offer
Right.
to supply
And then,
phony protesters to the Democrats.
right. And if you want to find that link, just look at where it says 2 million no's.
And anyway, what else? I guess that's it. I mean, you just start small. What are you going to talk about? Who are you going to interview? You could just talk yourself, talk about whatever podcast. I mean, Mike and I started out talking politics, but then we started branching out. We started before we even had guests. We started talking about films once in a while. Then we'd talk about music. Then we would talk about I don't know, general things having to do with life.
Our history.
Whatever comes to mind that day that we're going to record, like today, this is what we talk about. I mean, I had the notes here. I was actually organized for once. I'm not usually it's pieces of paper like this that I scribble things on. And then I have to gather them together and then try and decipher them. But today I had a little time and I typed it in and printed it out. And that's it. You talk about something that you have expertise in. If you're into music, you could talk about music. If you teach,
let me simplify it. You're going off into the weeds. Let me simplify it. If you feel that you have something to say, you can podcast it. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it's not difficult to do. Go to the site that Roy mentioned. And as your involvement in that podcast grows, so will your network.
Yeah, because people will be interested in what you're saying. You're going to find like-minded people. You have to put in keywords and so forth, and some of the things like in Rumble, I put keywords so that people search for something, and ours will come up in the search, and hopefully they'll click on it and listen to what we have to say.
Yeah, one of his keywords is assholes,
which is people who want to know more about Mike.
And Roy.
Anyway,
remember his plural.
Look, remember that this podcast started out with two guys just talking,
and it still is.
And it's developed into this travesty you see before you.
Well, the thing is, I do believe that our interviews are our best side. As a matter of fact, we had an interview with what was it, Mark, the guy with the truck driver.
He showed up out of the blue. We didn't expect him that day.
Yeah, he was misunderstood as to that he was supposed to meet us, and he shows up, and we interviewed him, and we didn't have time to research him, and it still worked out.
Kaczynski, I think it was, right?
Sure, whatever.
Kaczarski, I'm sorry, Mike Kaczarski.
JCK Trucking, right?
Mike and I had been talking for 45 minutes or so, and all of a sudden, a third guy shows up. And we're like, who are you? Hello,
yeah,
who are you?
I felt like I was in a Joseph Cotton movie. See, and, you got to be 70 years old to get that joke. That's a third man joke.
Next week we will be interviewing Mike Gatto, who is a retired California assemblyman, and he's
a cat.
He's
a cat.
But he is supposed to be outspoken. We'll see what he has to say about California politics and politics in general.
He's a Democrat, right?
He's a Democrat, so there may or may not be friction. Wait a minute. We had two very left-wing girls on. That was one of our favorite interviews. It was a fun interview with the gnarly girls.
And we had an ultra-conservative on, and we didn't get along with them.
We had a conservative, and Mike was not happy at all with this guy.
That's why you will not find that interview on our website.
No, it's on the website. But
it's not. I didn't put it up.
You put it up there.
No, I did not.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't put his website up, I think. But anyway,
I did not put a link. I did not put a link to anything of his.
Well,
There's no
and
mention
if
of
you
it.
go to Rumble or if you go to YouTube or if you go to
But it's
Spotify,
there.
you will find it there.
Yes, but it's not on our site. It's
Okay.
only on our
Okay.
platforms.
He's being petty like a leftist.
No, I'm not being petty. I just
No,
don't like
no.
him.
He is very anti-MAGA.
No,
Very
he's
anti-Trump.
closed-minded.
He's got TDS. He's got TDS. He's a
I don't know
rhino.
what his problem is. All
But
I know
anyway,
is
well,
I
you know
don't want
what?
to be
He
associated
came
with
on to the show. He came on to the show. We did have him, and I did publish the interview, even though I did not like the way it went. We did publish it, and you can watch it yourselves. You go to Rumble or YouTube and or Spotify. Watch it yourselves, and make up your own mind as to was Mike justified in not putting it on the website. I
I
mean,
mean,
it's his prerogative. He's in charge of the website, so it's his prerogative. I'm not gonna tell him. Oh,
I
you have to do
normally
it. No.
Roy and I dialogue a lot about what's going to happen on the podcast, but that was one thing I just was not going to budge on. No, I don't want to give him a pat on the back. No. See you later. But I knew he's going to be I know Roy was going to publish him. We kept that part of the bargain, so to speak.
Yeah. Anyway, we are. I think we're done here for today. We've gone an hour and
that sounds
almost
good.
an hour and 13 minutes already, and I think we covered a lot of ground. This was actually one of our more productive podcasts.
Right, which
And
means the other ones
we had
really suck.
this teaching moment at the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
anyway, yeah.
there's a lot of dialogue coming from the right. There's a lot of angry people. Charlie Kirk has basically it has died as a martyr. He was murdered, and the right is not just furious, but they feel as though that is a sign that the left has gone too far and it's time to do something.
Well, I agree with Stephen Crowder that until we make it clear to them that their actions, their violent actions against us, or their attempted violent actions against us, are going to be met with consequences, they're going to keep on doing what they've been doing.
The thing is that that condition has existed for quite some time.
We've been too tolerant.
Right. So the thing is that what we need is real justice. So this way, if you're not capable of responding and stopping these people, then the justice system will pick up the pieces. So that's what we really need. We need to get these dud judges out, stop letting these people go, stop following these broken laws that were created to reward the criminal and to punish the victim.
Okay, we're gonna end it here now, and we hope to see you again next time on The View from Here. Excuse me, Behind Enemy Lines. I will be posting this today, Wednesday, the 17th, and Friday I will be putting up another one of the ones we have in the can.
Today is the 17th.
Today's the 17th, yes. And Friday, which is the
9th.
9th.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
What?
Today is, I have 1 month to go. On the 17th of October, I will have quit smoking for 4 years.
Cool. 4 years
and I did it during Mr. Shitbird's
wait. 4 years? That means you and I have been talking. We met up again
3 years.
5 years ago then. Or 3 years that you stopped smoking then. Because you stopped smoking after you and I reconnected.
This will be the 4th year.
This will be the 4th year. No, you quit smoking shortly after we started talking. So it's been 4 years that we reconnected.
That we've been on doing podcasts. Actually,
no.
The intro that you have might actually have a date on it.
I don't know.
Because there's an intro that Roy had, which was originally an explanation of how this podcast was established. It's on our website, and it's in the stuff section.
Yeah,
which is
Mike
stuff
put the
so
links
much
for
fun.
that up. Yeah. Actually, the next podcast that you can expect from us will probably be
The
Saturday
26th,
or
right?
Sunday.
Right.
Sunday. I don't
It's a
know when
Friday.
but I will schedule it. And Friday is the 19th. Saturday 20
Okay,
or
I'm sorry. I thought you
okay,
meant
Friday,
recording.
Saturday or Sunday. Most likely Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, we
I'll
don't.
come out with another one that we pre-recorded.
We have so many. If you need
Not
them,
so
just go
many.
back.
We've only got about 4 or 5. 2 of them that were very embarrassing.
No, I'm saying overall, we have so many. You can always go back and listen to something old.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to wait for the next one. You can go down the list, go to the website, check out. Click on whatever platform link you want, like Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, my preferred. Go to X. You can find me on X at PITTASR, and you'll see that I post it there. It's not posted the way it is on the other platforms.
Go to
But
our
I put it
website,
there.
and there are links to all these things.
Yes,
You don't have
that's
to
the best
remember
way.
them
That's
or
the
write
best
them
way.
down.
And in the meantime, I think we're babbling again, so we're going to cut it now. We will see you next time on The View from Here, Behind Enemy Lines. Oh, wait. One more thing we almost forgot. Mike's got a new game that has just been published.
Actually, if you go to the website and go to my game website, which is available through the View from Here's front page, there's a section in my website that says print and play. If you hit that button, there will be 3 games that you can download for free and play.
Okay. And that's it. Now for real, we're going to go goodbye.
Bye-bye.